So this segment, I wouldn't be using my device for good reason. We're joined on the program by Akin Bitoye, our tech advisor. I want to talk about, Mr. Bitoye, what are we talking about today? Okay, let me just explain.
Sleep with your gadget under your pillow.
So ensuring that your device, you know, I pushed this device so far away from me because of this conversation. So what we want to talk about essentially is how to ensure that your devices are not harming you in that sense. So we spend a lot of time with our devices, so much so that they have become our bed buddies, right? So we sleep with them, right? Sleep right beside them, right? So that is not right, is it?
No, it's not. And remember, the doctor mentioned a few minutes ago about lifestyle changes. These are some of the things. When you sleep with your devices under your pillow, it actually affects you. You don't know.
Why are we sleeping with our phones under our pillow?
I think you'll be in the best position to answer that question.
Why is your phone under your pillow?
You know, a couple of weeks back, we spoke about doom scrolling.
Yeah.
Where you just want to check Instagram for about 5 minutes, but you end up spending like 2 hours because the algorithm
Because we're looking for news. Because we're looking for information.
Okay.
That's what we tell ourselves.
That's what we tell ourselves. Thank you. So these gadgets disrupt our circadian rhythm. That's how, when it's dark, your body gets the signal it needs to sleep.
Yeah.
When you don't get enough sleep, there are quite a number of things that even the medical practitioners have said could result or negatively impact your body. You become irritable when you don't get enough sleep. You don't know why, but you're just touchy, itchy. Do not operate heavy equipment. Do not drive when you've not gotten enough sleep. So remember we spoke about blue light a few episodes back. Yeah. Blue light actually sends signals to your brain to stay awake. During the day, you don't see anybody falling asleep during the day on the road because the light sends signals to your brain. So I recommended you download a couple of apps that will filter the blue light from your phone in the evening time so you can sleep. But one of the things I would suggest this morning, please, if possible, do not keep your phone in your room when you want to sleep.
Say that again.
Do not keep your phones or mobile phones or your tablet in your room. The fact that it's there, notifications will pop up, the screen would light up at every...
And automatically you look at that.
Of course, your brain will just be wired. Yes, I get that you need to set up an alarm so you can wake up on time, so you can... But before mobile phones, we had alarm clocks.
Right.
That's one thing you know there will not be notifications on your alarm clock. The alarm clock would only sound when the time is right. You want to get enough sleep so you can function better. Yes, we tell ourselves, somebody might call me for emergency. For doctors who are on call, you can't do without your phone. You know, those are actually emergency services for fire service, for the police, for the military apparatus.
For journalists.
I know. Once there's a breaking news, you need to be aware. I understand. Yeah. Unless it's absolutely tied to your work, you can do without your phone. And of course, this goes without saying, do not have a TV set in your room or your children's room. The children will not be able to sleep. Have you tried to sleep with the television on? Sometimes you feel like you are dreaming what's going on TV.
But the practicality of it, and these are very important points that we sometimes shy away from, and we just keep living life that way. So let's be practical. So you don't want me to have my phone in the room at all when I'm about to sleep?
Your body does not.
Okay, fine. So nobody will come for you.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Who am I?
Let me rephrase that. We shouldn't have our mobile devices in the room while we're going to bed. First off, why? You've talked about, you know, I mean, looking at the phone, blue light. But aside that, is there any radiation risk and all of that?
Oh, of course, there is. If you remember a few years ago, there were some phones exploding. Mobile phone, there was a particular model, of course.
With the batteries.
Not sacrifice the brand name. So the batteries were exploding because they tend to overheat. Yeah. So these batteries, lithium-ion batteries, you notice they don't allow batteries on airplanes for good reasons. This tiny marvel of technology can explode anytime. So if you keep your phone under your pillow, your phone actually gets heated up. Oh, yes, you can try it. Don't sleep on it. Just put your phone under the pillow and go away. When you come back, because the phone does not have enough air to actually cool down, the heat is supposed to be radiated out. The manufacturers of these gadgets actually are smart. You will notice there are certain parts of your phone that actually get hot. That's how the heat gets dissipated. So sleeping with it under your pillow, There was a video making the rounds a few years back where a lady was charging a phone and making call, and the phone just exploded in her ear. So these batteries are actually a very, very real danger. So sleeping with your phone or your tablet under your pillow is actually a huge risk that you do not want to take.
The radiation bit as well.
The radiation bit. So you know when you switch off your phone, it's still on.
In some sense, right?
In some sense, because you know when you make a call and say, oh, the number you have dialed is switched off, because the same sends certain signal that this phone is off, but I'm here, so it can still be tracked. So the phone or the phone sends signals to the radio base stations and back, so it's constantly connected, and those radiation actually because in our brains, electrical signals is how we actually information passes through our nervous system. It's electrical signal. So these electromagnetic devices being so close, if you make calls a lot, you're on the phone a lot, I would suggest you use earphones, either wired or wireless. Just something to take the phone away from your ear.
Isn't wireless also an issue?
Oh yes, but if you compare, the earpiece is not receiving signal directly from the base station.
Right.
It's the phone that is. I'm saying if you make calls a lot, if you do not, please, you do not need to put something in your ear all the time. You are constantly stimulated. You know, these manufacturers, especially for Android and Apple, iOS, when you've used earphones for a long time, it tells you you have used earphones for too long, it's time to disconnect. Because they realize that when you are constantly stimulated or at a particular volume, you know, some people like music, well, I do, and you want to jam the latest beat, so you just increase the volume. The phone will tell you, this is too loud. Do you want to continue? So you know that you chose to increase
by
the volume.
Your own self, with your own hand. But the practicality of it, because imagine I stay in a one-bedroom apartment, right? And you said I shouldn't leave my phone in my room.
I did not say so.
Sorry.
Your body does not need it.
So does that mean I put my phone in the walkway? You know what happens that way?
Oh,
what can I do then?
Practically.
Yeah, practically, to ensure that I'm still protected while my phone is also protected.
Okay. One of the ways is to put your phone in airplane mode. That way, you know notifications will not come in. So if you absolutely have to have your phone, okay, for example, there's no electricity supply, of course, you need to use your phone flashlight. I get there are multiple uses for our phones. So if you cannot afford to switch it off, put it in airplane mode. At least you know no call will come in, no SMS, no notification, but your alarm will still go off at the time you set.
Yeah.
But do not put it under your window. You can put it on a table somewhere far from. I've seen situations where in hostels, in the schools, where you put your phone by your window and in the morning it has gone on vacation, never to return.
It for you.
So I understand all of those, but please do not put it close by your head or where you sleep. You can put it somewhere just a few feet away from you. Why I'm emphasizing this is, as ubiquitous as technology is, it can be harmful to our bodies.
Absolutely.
With extended usage.
Yeah, and I think that has been proven time and again. So if you're listening right now, take this as a sign, yet again, that you should be careful with your usage. You can see why my device is far away from me, because I'm also trying to maintain social distancing, okay? Akinbitoye, we have to thank you so much for that reminder. I think it's very healthy to have someone like you remind us of these things time and again, because these phones, these devices can just creep up. They become closer to you than even your spouse or your closest friend. So that's why it's saying there. Akinbitoye is our tech advisor on the Morning Brief. Thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
And for the advice yet again.
All right.
Well, we'll take a quick break now, so hoping that you'll do that tonight. Keep your device far away from you while you go to bed. When we return, there's more for you on the show. Stay with us. We'll be right back.